You guys, a woman shot two attorneys outside of Courthouse. Here's what the system won't tell you. I'm going to lay it down for you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here. And I just want to let you guys know, thank you all for the likes, the shares, and the subscriptions, okay? And honey, when I tell you I sat with this story for 2 days before I can even talk about it. I'm not playing, y'all. I sat on this. Gwendolyn White is 57 years old, the same age as my auntie, the same age as the women who raised me in Detroit, the women who fought the system with phone calls and prayers because they didn't have lawyers. They didn't have the money. And they sure as hell didn't have the time to wait 4 years for somebody to tell them how their mama died. She fought 4 years for a body cam video, y'all. 4 years. Linked to her mother's death. Police said no. Judge said no. Called her crazy in court. Asked her to leave. I know that word crazy. That's what they call us when we won't stop crying, when we won't stop complaining, when we won't stop asking, when we show up to the courthouse with our grief on our sleeve and they tell us to tone it down, be professional, wait our turn. She waited 4 years. Her turn never came. So she left. She got a gun. She came back. Mary and Jeffrey, attorneys for the other side, both in the hospital, both raising stars at Fox. Gwendolyn charged with 2 counts of attempted murder, no bond. And the news will tell you she's violent. She's crazy. She got a dozen of civil lawsuits and she's a professional victim. But what they won't tell you, what they buried so deep, you got to dig to find it, is that the video she fought for, they still got it. And she still don't. I was in the comments. Y'all was going off. She's a hero. Lock her up. The fatigue is just overwhelming. We all thought about it. She did it. And I sat there and I read and I thought, y'all don't even know the half. Half of y'all calling her a hero. Half of y'all calling her crazy. And both sides got a point. But neither side got the full picture. Gwendolyn didn't wake up in that morning wanting to shoot nobody. She woke up wanting a video of her mama's last moments, a video the police had, a video that had hid behind lawyers and delays, and you missed the 30-day window mark. 30 days, y'all. That's how long they give you to request a body cam footage before they delete it. Gwendolyn missed it. Not because she didn't care, not because she didn't know, because the system don't tell you the rules until you already lost. So she sued. She sued 4 years. And the judge looked at her case in January and said, nope. Threw it out. And they called her crazy. They asked her to leave. And she left. She came back with a gun. And I know some of y'all gonna say, Gigi, you too emotional. She shot 2 people. And you're right, she did. I don't condone it. I pray those attorneys make it. I do. But I also pray somebody tells me what was Gwendolyn supposed to do. When the system took her mama, then they took the truth, then took her dignity, then called her crazy for wanting to know why. What was she supposed to do? They want us to divorce our humanity from our anger. They want us to be professional while they bury our mamas and hide the video and call us crazy for asking. I can't do it. I cannot leave Gwendolyn at the door because every time I walk through a door as a Black trans woman from Detroit, I carry her with me. I carry every Black woman who was told to be quiet while the system ate her alive. And honey, the comment section knows. The fatigue is overwhelming. The fatigue is real. Y'all feel it. Y'all feel it because it was not just Gwendolyn. It's all of us. It's the mother who waited 4 years for a video that never came. It's the daughter who watched them call her crazy for grieving out loud. It's every Black person who ever walked into a courtroom with their heart in their hands and got told to wait their turn. Her turn never came. So she made it her own. This is the messy sweet spot. And this one hurt me. This one really hurts me. Like, share, and comment and subscribe. And if you one of those lock her up people in the comment section, tell me what was she supposed to do. I'll wait. Let's get into it.
Let's turn now to our top story here tonight. 2 attorneys are in the hospital after getting shot outside the Wake County Courthouse in downtown Raleigh.
There's a lot of moving pieces unfolding in this investigation. So first, let's start with what we know at this hour. Raleigh police say this woman, 57-year-old Gwendolyn White, was taken into custody. You can see her being escorted by police in that video there on your screen. They say it was over a civil court case that had just played out. And after court, White went to her car, got a gun, approached the attorneys in an alleyway and started shooting. Moments ago, we learned the victims have been identified in court documents and as seen on their firm's website as Mary Harris and Jeffrey Whitley.
We have live team coverage for you tonight. Elena Athens has been on the scene there as the investigation has been unfolding all day. But we begin with John Dowding. John, you're learning some new details about those 2 attorneys who are now hospitalized. What are you learning?
Well, Steve, Lauren, that investigation is continuing here, but right now the alley where all of that chaos broke out earlier today in the heart of downtown Raleigh is back open, and it's coming as the I-team is learning key details about what brought the alleged shooter and those victims to court earlier today. The I-team discovering new details about the woman police say shot 2 attorneys outside a Wake County Courthouse. Eyewitness News obtaining this video showing Raleigh police taking the woman they believe is the shooter into custody. Police identified the suspect as Gwendolyn White and say she's facing attempted murder charges. Court documents identify the victims as Mary Harris and Jeffrey Whitley, seen in bios posted on their law firm's website. The I-team learning White attended a hearing at the Wake County Courthouse Friday morning. The case involving a years-long civil claim she brought against the Rolesville Police Department in 2022. White sued the department for body camera video of an incident she says happened in her home. A judge dismissed the case in January 2026. A judge held a hearing at 10 this morning to determine whether to reinstate the case. Raleigh police say White became, quote, belligerent in the courtroom and left the courthouse just before the shooting. The town of Rolesville confirmed the victims represented the town in this civil matter and belonged to the Fox Rothschild law firm. This isn't the only case White has on file. The I-team finding more than a dozen civil actions she filed since 2022, according to the North Carolina courts database. Now, we did reach out to the town of Rolesville for a comment about that civil case that brought all of these parties involved to the courthouse earlier today. We're still waiting for a response back from the town, and we are also working to learn more details about the condition of those 2 attorneys who are in the hospital tonight. Live here in downtown Raleigh, I'm John Dowding, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
You'll be working the story through the evening and have more tonight at 11. We'll see you then, John. Thanks.
And the 2 attorneys who were shot outside the Wake County Courthouse were in the same courtroom as that suspect. The room was on the 10th floor. Elena Athens continues our team coverage. Elena, we still don't know how those attorneys are doing tonight.
Yeah, we're still working, Lauren, to figure out how they're doing or the extent of their injuries. I did speak with some folks who were inside this courtroom for their own proceedings when the shooting happened.
I got a message from one of my friends saying, or asking, were we okay?
Securia Stedman was in the middle of a divorce proceeding, then started hearing commotion. There was a shooting just outside of the building. 2 attorneys were shot, and this video shows deputies taking the suspected shooter into custody.
This is very wild. This is very wild, especially with it happening while we were in family court.
Police have identified the suspect as 57-year-old Gwendolyn White.
To be here when something like this happens, It's kind of settling.
Police say White was in court this morning with the attorneys on a civil matter.
The suspect in this case became belligerent.
Police say she left the courtroom on her own, only to go to her vehicle and allegedly grab a handgun from her car. Tonight, we watch as investigators began combing through a white Lexus sedan on Fayetteville Street.
The suspect got out of the vehicle, approached the two victims, shot both victims, and that's when the deputies and officers were able to take that suspect in custody.
So the Wake County Courthouse and the Wake County Justice Center were both put on lockdown earlier today. However, the Wake County District Attorney did make the decision to suspend all proceedings midday. Live in Raleigh, Elena Athens, ABC 11 Eyewitness News. All right.